Good morning, everybody. This is Eureka John with Eureka Street Crypto Hub, broadcasting live on Float tonight. Float.app, and I'll tell you what it is here in a second. But yeah, and I'm broadcasting from Leander, Texas. It's 6:06 in the morning, and it is September 21st, 2021, and it is a Tuesday. And yeah, I was having some trouble with my Theta live stream this morning, and I've been having some trouble with my Theta live stream lately. And so, I decided to check other options, and I've been seeing whenever I post on Float the announcement of a new episode every morning. I post it on Twitter and I post it on Float, and I see that Float has had live streaming available, and I like the idea of Float. Float does not believe in centralization, does not believe in censorship, and I don't think that they're fully decentralized right now, but they're pretty libertarian oriented, even though they say they welcome all points of view on the website. Yeah, it's kind of like an alternative to Twitter, aka Facebook, aka YouTube, whatever. But either way, I am streaming on it, and this is really my first time. This is my first time doing a morning show. Last night I kind of tinkered with it while I made my new intro video. As you can see, the intro video that was just flashed by the screen, and yeah, so yeah, welcome to Flash. This is my first Float. This is my first time to live stream on it on the morning show, and as you can see, they are very much into libertarian ideals, which I like. I lean more towards libertarianism. I'm not like a hardcore anything this or that. I feel like politically and all that. First of all, I don't even really like to talk about politics, but politically, I take a little bit of sprinkles from just about everything. And I'm the type of guy that does like to live and let live, but when it does come to being pushed into, I do believe in my body, my choice, and I believe it from the liberals' point of view as far as a woman's right, and then I believe it from a libertarian point of view as far as being able to choose whether or not you want some experimental medicine being put in your body. So if medicine can even be what it's called. So anyway, that being said, and the political stuff out of the way, that's not even really political at that point. But either way, let's get to CoinGecko and the point of the show, shall we? All right, so Bitcoin is $42,534.32. Everything last night and yesterday took a tumble. It was pretty interesting to see, and my Twitter feed was blowing up with all types of FUD. And a lot of people though were saying, hey, this is the dip before the rocket ship. And so a lot of people saying pack your bags. I don't really like to say pack your bags, but I'm saying pack your bags. If you can buy crypto right now, it's probably a good time to do it. And it's not financial advice, and I'm not your teacher, man. This is just my video blog, and I'm just some dude on the internet. So I'm not trying to shill you anything, but I'm just saying this might be a good time to jump in. If they've been planning on pulling the trigger at any point, this might just be the little push off the ledge that you need to do so. So Ethereum's down at $2,994.65, and I'll tell you why that is dangerous for me here in a second. Tether, it's $1.01. Cardano, $2.12, and so the reason the stable coins are always pegged to the dollar, and the reason they might be a little higher or a little lower is because the demand for stable coins might be a little high, and or the supply of stable coins might be a little high. It's causing So I don't know. That's just kind of stable coins to me are always kind of weird. To me, they're pegged to a dollar, and I'm just wondering how long are stable coins even going to be relevant or in existence, because as the dollar kind of goes to trash and it's being inflated away by all this money printing and all this stuff, how long is the dollar really going to be relevant? And with the stock market really having some issues, and a lot of people starting to jump into fear mode, what are they going to run into? They're going to run into gold. I believe gold prices have also gone up lately, but they're running into crypto at lightning speed. So if the stock market crashes, is this going to cause crypto to shoot through the roof in a way? Because people don't know where to run to. They used to run to like bonds and stuff like that, but bonds are based on the dollar, and I don't think the dollar is as safe anymore as a lot of people, have been grown up to believe. So, yeah, so I don't know. It's up to you to think about and do your own research and stuff. And like I said, I don't want to be one of those guys like do your own research, but it's just something to think about. All right, so Cardano $2.12, Binance Coin 363.10, XRP 94 cents, Solana 139.93. It's in seventh place. USDC dollar stablecoin, Polkadot 28.96, the Doge 21 cents. Binance USD $1, Avalanche 58.32. I mean, I'd rather be paid in crypto from a job, honestly. And more places are beginning to accept crypto, and yeah, cash is trash. So let's see. Terra 27.79, Litecoin 160.73, Uniswap 20.89, Chainlink 23.41. Everything pretty much took a dip in the past 24 hours, and everything is green right now. So that's pretty cool. Right now it is bargain central. Blue light special happening on aisle 5. This is the time, folks. This is the time. If you have been thinking about jumping into crypto, yep, unless crap really goes down the toilet for some reason. And I know the SEC has been barking, like a mad dog, and the banks are running scared. And Kathy Wood from ARK Invest sat there and said, that the banks are getting nervous, and that's why they're calling on their dogs, the SEC and all that stuff, to jump and to jump and start barking real loud. Who knows how big their bite will be? But I think a lot of people in the crypto space are able to withstand some of these bites because there's not a whole lot they can do to censor a lot of these projects. I know Bitcoin they can't, and Ethereum, I don't think that they can. They can try, but I think Ethereum is pretty decentralized. Projects like Solana have obviously demonstrated in this past week how vulnerable they still are. But I mean, Solana is really in its nascent stage. So I'm giving Solana kind of a little break here because I do believe it is a good project, but I do believe they need to work on decentralization, and to work out a lot of things. I mean, they were at 400,000 TPS transactions per second, and they ran their computers to the point of no return, and everything crashed. But it's just what happens, trial and error. You live and you learn. You crash and burn. And that's how I learn things. I mean, you can't play baseball by reading a book about it. You can't learn to skateboard by just sitting here and being a gear guy, and collecting all the gear and watching videos. You have to go out there and do it and take your hits, take your falls. That's one amazing thing about skateboarders is we always get up and we try again. And I have 37 years of skateboarding under my belt. I'm 45 now, and I'm not going to quit. And I have taken so many hits, bumps, bruises. I got knocked out, got a concussion a few weeks ago, and literally knocked out the bottom of a ditch for 3 minutes. Now I'm wearing a helmet finally after 37 years. But anyway, I don't want to get off track, but I do want to say I did buy this skateboard online. It's Pete's Pig, and these are numbered skateboards. This guy, Pete, he's some older dude from Massachusetts, and sorry, the green chroma key's knocking it out. But he makes these. He hand designs all of them from the blanks and from the wood. He shapes them and he paints them. And I know, people know it's just a few stripes, but he does them all unique. And if you find Pete's Pig on the internet or on Instagram, Pete's Pigs, the demand, the demand for these in the skateboard world is huge, and he has a cult following. And the second that he posts any skateboards up, they are gone. And he doesn't take advance orders or anything like that. And this is number 816. It's called Slim Square. And I've been trying to get one of these skateboards for like a year now. And every single time he posts, I try to keep track of it, and it's gone immediately. So this one, right when he posted, is right when I logged on Instagram and I got it. And I'm really happy he did. But the thing is the point I'm trying to make is with all this NFT rage, I think skateboarders should create NFTs for their graphics, you know. And I don't create skateboards. I know a few people who have skateboard companies, and they're lifers as well. And I've tried to explain NFTs to them, and they don't get it. You know, they think it's like either they completely don't understand, they get a glazed look on their face, or they think I'm trying to push some, you know, Ponzi scheme, and I'm that MLM guy, you know, trying to push my products on on my friends, you know. You know that guy, you know, every friend group has that guy, and I don't want to be that guy, but you know, I really see some potential. I mean, this guy with shipping, $105. I got a unique, one of a kind, individual piece, number 816. I'm hesitant to skate it, but I feel like in spirit of skateboarding, I should skate it. He even sent a little personalized picture, you know. Thanks, John. And you know, but the point is with an NFT, I could keep the graphics and have it on the blockchain, have it in my wallet, and then I could shred the board, you know, because no, I mean, a lot of skaters won't admit it, but when they buy a board and the first time that they go on a curb or a rail or something like that, and you know they slide it and they hit those, that rail hits those graphics and goes right across it, and you bought that board. A lot of skaters don't want to admit it, but you bought that board for those graphics. You love those graphics, you know, and I love skateboard graphics. I've always loved skateboard graphics. And if I had those graphics as an NFT, then maybe I wouldn't be so hesitant to skate those, to skate the board instead of making it be a wall hanger. Because what a lot of people do who have some financial means, or older guys like me who have been skating my whole life. When I was a kid, I was lucky just to get a board, you know. But as an adult, a lot of guys or girls will buy two boards, and they'll buy one for a wall hanger and then one to skate. And if they had an NFT of that graphic in their wallet, then they would just be able to skate the board, man. You know, and then they would have that numbered graphic, and they wouldn't worry so much about it. And why and how the skateboard world has not caught on to this just baffles me, because there are plenty of technologically savvy people in skateboarding world. I don't understand, you know, but a lot of my friends in the skateboarding world, I mean, they're just like concrete dudes, you know, they build skate parks and stuff like that. They don't think about the blockchain and internet. I mean, I asked Pete here, I go, hey man, I'm kind of a crypto guy. If you want me to pay you in like Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, I'd be happy to. And he's like, no, just use PayPal. If you can't do that, you can just mail a check or a money order or something. I'm like, no, man, I'll set up a PayPal account real quick and I'll send you the money. But I mean, the price that NFTs are going for, he could make so much money off of the demand, and he doesn't, you know, and that's part of the artistic amazingness about it. Hold on, let me just see if I can find it. Eats pigs, and then I'll just do skateboards. See if I can find anything on the internet about it, but really it's just kind of a cult thing within the skateboarding world. And it's big because the wide and shaped skateboards are coming back in, or they've been back in for a while. Here he is on Instagram, and you know, skateboarders like shapes, and why we went through this little phase of nothing but popsicle sticks baffles me. So here it is. So he's just, you know, an older dude. There he is right there, you know, hitting the curbs. These are all his boards. Beats pigs, and all these, none of these have an NFT to them, you know, but they all run along that same theme. They're all handmade, you know, and yeah, he's 816 of them. There's a few more after I bought that one, but yeah, you know, you could go on, and why this is, yeah. If you can score a Pete's Pig, you've done well, and I happen to finally score one, so I'm glad. Anyway, so that being said, I've talked enough about Pete's Pigs. So let's go on, and I wanted to talk about where Ethereum is sitting now at $2,994.65. Okay. The reason that I'm kind of wary about that, not weary, is because I went on GMX, and I have always said that I don't, you know, that I dollar cost average, and I do. It's what I do. I don't try to play the game or be a trader or anything like that. However, all the stuff I learned about crypto and having, you know, my own crypto morning show and all that stuff, I decided that I think it might be good to learn a little bit of some of those levers and pulleys of the trading world, and just to kind of experience it. And I haven't I'm doing it. I've done some leverage just for the sake of experiencing, and I'm not doing it with a ton of money. As you can see here, I've done it with $202. And I know that for the less fortunate, that might be a huge amount of money, and it just just last year to me, that I mean, I'm not doing this with anything that I've earned from my paycheck. This has all been stuff that I've gained through through investing, really. So I decided to take about $200 of that and put it into here to learn how to do stuff like this and to use these tools, because when you look at these tools, they look really intimidating. Anyway, this is up on Arbitrum, and now that Ethereum has layer 2 solutions, because this is another reason why I haven't learned these tools, is because Ethereum layer 1 is too expensive with the gas fees. So now that layer 2 has this gmx.io platform, and it's a perpetuals trading platform for perpetuals and stuff like that. And perpetuals are like options and stock with calls and puts, and they're just basically perpetual, going on perpetuity forever, these calls and puts. And you put in a long, and you put in there, and you put in the leverage you want. And if you hit a certain price down here, as you see, $2,788.90, that's where I would be liquidated at, and it would just take my money. So they're dangerous. You say, I believe the long-term view of Ethereum is going to do well, and so you go into here and you put in how much Ethereum you want, and you hit the leverage slider, and you figure out how much letter, all the way up to 30x, and it'll 30x that. But I just did 5x. Just to try it out, and so far it's been a really bad time to do that. So all these people here that shorted, and they believe that Ethereum is going down to a certain point, then they're probably doing very well. But I don't know. I wasn't thinking about where the market was going. I was thinking more about the mechanics of the project and how to use this stuff. How can I talk about how you shouldn't use this stuff if I've never used this stuff? So I decided to put $200 in, and it probably couldn't have been worse timing. Yesterday, I was sitting there just kind of creating that intro on my computer screen, and I was just like watching this on my other monitor, being like, oh man, this is gonna drop down. Do I need to put in 0.01 more Ethereum to try to prevent myself from being liquidated? But then I am here putting myself deeper into debt. So yeah, it's a scary game, and it's not something that I would ever want to do as a career. So I don't know how these traders do this stuff, but I do understand a little more as to why they invent these charts and all this technical analysis and all this stuff. And because I'm just like, why do all these people sit around and create these lines and all this chart stuff? I just don't understand it. Well, doing this long in this perpetual market is helping me to better understand what is going on here and why people are getting so tizzy and worked up about it. I mean, this goes all the way to 15 minutes, like people are doing real quick trades, back and forth. And it's not something that I do. But yeah, and let's see where it got down to. Did it get down to? Okay, yeah, it didn't. Because I'm just like, why do all these people sit around and create these lines? One day, did it get down that far? No, that was July 25th. Okay, so yeah, in this perpetual market, let's see where it got down to. So it did not get down. It got down to 28. I believe yesterday it got down to 28.90 something. So it was pretty close to liquidating me. And yeah. So anyway, normally, and I stick with things like this, like earning and staking and stuff like that. And so I've bought some of the GMX tokens, and I've locked them up and staked them, and some of the GLP tokens to earn some of this interest. This APR is 24.65, and this APR is 109.41. I obviously haven't put in a lot of money into it, but Yeah. Just enough just to see. The thing with staking is it doesn't really matter about the price of the token unless you want to cash out. Either way, you're still earning a percentage of those tokens, you know. And then GMX has something called multiplier points, where the longer you have it staked, the more multiplier points you get, and then the more that your stake will be worth, and the higher percentage you'll earn. So yeah, it's cool. It's a cool platform, and the fact that it's on Arbitrum instead of Ethereum mainnet means the gas fees are a lot cheaper. You do have to use the portal in the bridge to get your Ethereum from layer 1 to layer 2, and it is kind of a one-time cost. So whenever you're bringing your Ethereum from layer 1 to layer 2 via the Arbitrum portal or the Matic portal, if you're doing it on Matic, because that's another layer 2 solution, make sure that you put a bunch of Ethereum up on layer 2 at one time, so you don't have to, you know, do repeat episodes and pay multiple gas fees. So let's see, bridge, Arbitrum. All right, so all right, so let's see here, Arbitrum bridge. Here is the bridge, and there's the guides to doing it and how to get your funds. And be careful just about doing a search and picking the first one up. I believe this bridge.arbitrum.io is the correct one. But basically, it's all you do is you just connect your MetaMask wallet on mainnet, and you deposit the ETH you want, and you just click deposit, you know, and then it approves it, and then you put it on layer 2, and then it appears on layer 2. Right now, I would need to withdraw. I do believe it takes like 7 days or something right now. So once you have stuff up on layer 2, be prepared to have it for a while. Yeah. So anyway, there was some other project that somebody on Odyssey told me that I should take a quick look at. It's on Arbitrum. Let me go in here and see this notification. All right. So, okay. All right. So Abstract Approach said, will you do... Okay, so is this the one? No. This person's asking me to do a view on Ethereum Classic, which I didn't think Ethereum Classic really had much going to show for it, but apparently there's a group of people looking at Ethereum Classic dApps and stuff. I didn't know any dApps were made on it, but they're pretty hardcore about it, and they're purists. So let's see if this comment. Okay, so I'll get back to the Arbitrum thing. Okay, so will you do an Ethereum Classic dApp project? I don't know, man. You seem to have done a lot of research. Okay, thanks. I'm old school Cypherpunk. That's rad. And I believe a man needs 3 coins: Bitcoin, Monero, and Ethereum Classic are for me. And I saw Bitcoin and Monero. I was like, heck yeah. And then he said Ethereum Classic. I was like, huh, okay. I'm pretty new in the space, you know, so I don't really hear that many people speak favorably about Ethereum Classic. So this intrigues me. They are all established and at least not going away, in my opinion. It seems you're out to 100x. Well, I mean, I would like to, but yeah, I'm more of a broke dad trying to get at least what I put in out. Basically, I think it got crossed and typoed. I said, actually, I think it would be really cool to cover an Ethereum Classic dApp. I honestly don't know much about Ethereum Classic except its origins during the fork. Because what happened is Ethereum, they had the first DAO, and it's a decentralized autonomous organization. They had millions and millions of dollars in this DAO. Well, the DAO got hacked, and it was, you know, on Ethereum. And in order to stop the bleeding, they forked Ethereum, and it went against all the principles and ideals of Ethereum and everything that the founders of Ethereum stood for, which was decentralization and code is law. And once you establish code, you cannot intervene as a human to change that because it goes against everything that they stand for. However, in order to stop this bleeding, and they said, you know, that money should not control it, but in order to stop this bleeding of all these millions of dollars of this huge DAO project that was going on, they went ahead and forked it. So what you see as Ethereum now is a forked version of the original Ethereum. So the Ethereum Classic is the chain of Ethereum as if it were never forked. So it is the original chain. So it broke off and Ethereum became Ethereum as it is today, and Ethereum Classic continued on with the consequences of the DAO hack. So the purists would say that they love Ethereum Classic. Now, aside from that, I don't really know a whole lot much more about Ethereum Classic. So I said, I know Ethereum Classic takes a lot of heat and criticism. Would be cool to do a positive video on it. Thanks for that suggestion. Any Ethereum Classic dApps you would recommend covering? So this is my first time to read his comment. So let's see. Right now, I'm trying to work on a big project, but a small, manageable chunk. Maybe need to research. Might not be so easy to do it with a dApp. Okay, is a simple ping and listen for response. I know Ethereum Classic uses Solidity like ETH, and for better or worse, is sticking with proof of work. Okay, so Ethereum, as we know it, is going to do proof of stake, and that's the whole thing about Ethereum 1.0 becoming Ethereum 2.0. Well, Ethereum 1.0 is proof of work, and Ethereum 2.0 is proof of stake, and they're two different consensus mechanisms. You know, there's pros and cons of both. Okay, so Ethereum Classic is proof of work, and it's going to stay proof of work. So he says, I like the Cypherpunk ideals behind it. Code is law, immutable blockchain. So that's the Cypherpunk ideals of code is law. You don't mess with the law, even if there's big money being drained and there's a major hack and all that stuff. Ethereum had the founders of Ethereum had to make a decision, and they had all these investors and everybody breathing down their necks saying, you better not lose my money, and they caved in and they created Ethereum as we know it. And then, but the Cypherpunk ideals and the people behind Ethereum Classic were saying, no, we don't care what you say or how much money you throw at it. Code is law, and it is immutable, unchangeable. So he says, I like the Cypherpunk ideals behind it. Code is law, immutable blockchain. Also, with all the big guys on Vitalik Coin or Polkadot, they call it Vitalik Coin. I think the opportunity to utilize the Ethereum Classic network is highly underrated. Okay. Yes, they are small in number, but high in dedication and prioritizing decentralization. The reason I invest in it is very different. I loved ETH until I found out about almighty Vitalik's power. I believe a man needs 3 coins: store value, privacy, and computational. Okay. Okay, so that hence you have Monero, Bitcoin, and Ethereum Classic. Okay, and I trust the coins that have stood the test of time. I believe it has potential, and I also believe it will never go to zero. That is interesting. This is really cool. And then, so let's read more about what he has to say. If it is not clear, the roadmap is to try to effectively decentralize ISPs because of their infrastructure. They are very difficult. But if one could run a peer-to-peer messaging system that listens for a set of IPs, more of which may be becoming just other etc. users instead of traceable real world IPs. Not sure I really understand that sentence, but I don't think it could all be done on ETH, is what he's saying. I think another token infrastructure for things that don't get good gas mileage, in quotes, will be necessary. But yeah, TCP/IP, pinging in general, and decentralized pinging are a practice step. I plan on eventually getting around to it, but if you did it first, it would be great. Man, I think that this is an interesting point of view. I would love to dig in more. Abstract approach, if you're watching this, I think it would be cool. You could come on anonymously on my show and talk about this. I think you probably sound like you have a wealth of knowledge. And if you're an old school cypherpunk, man, I would love to be able to lend an ear to you and hear everything you have to say and just sit down and shut up and hold on. Yeah. Sounds really cool. I'm going to dig into this stuff that you're saying here. This is my first time reading it. This is the point of this show, is to kind of explore. This is my time to do this, and so what you see here is my instant primary first reaction to everything you're saying. So yeah, let's talk. All right. Well, that being said, I'm out of time. I have to get to work, and traffic's been getting worse and worse. I no longer have the luxury of COVID traffic. I have to forge through all the typical morning and evening traffic, and I work an hour away from here geographically, and with traffic that adds more time, so I've been having to leave earlier and earlier, and that sucks. So yeah, yay, that's life for you. Anyway, so yeah, that's I miss being on Theta. I love streaming live on Float and all, but I miss being on Theta because that's where my live stream home is, and I get people that log on, and I can talk with people because I love talking with people live on video. So. All right, well, that being said, you guys have a great day. Hit me up on the DM, say what's up, offer me suggestions, criticisms, whatever you want. Give me a thumbs up. It helps out on the YouTube, Odyssey, and BitChute algorithms. And then, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Float. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.